All right, all right, all right. Let's talk straight up. Ever wake up feeling like you could sleep for a week, but even then, it wouldn't be enough? Like your get up and go got up and went? We push ourselves, chasing dreams, juggling responsibilities, always on the move. But sometimes we hit a wall. Our minds, our hearts, they get tired too. And that, my friends, is what we're diving into today. First off, let's talk about that feeling of just being plain worn out. You know, the kind of tiredness that doesn't just go away with a good night's sleep. It's that deep, bone-weary fatigue that lingers, no matter how much rest you get. You drag yourself out of bed, already counting down the minutes until you can crawl back in. The alarm goes off, and it feels like you've barely closed your eyes. Every movement feels like a Herculean effort, and the day hasn't even started yet. Coffee becomes your best friend, and not just the first cup, but the second, the third. You know the drill. It's like you're running on caffeine fumes, just trying to keep your eyes open and your mind somewhat alert. This fatigue, it's not just physical, it's mental, emotional. It seeps into every part of your being, making even the simplest tasks feel monumental. Your brain feels foggy, and concentrating on anything becomes a challenge. It seeps into your bones, a weariness that sleep can't erase. You lie in bed, hoping for rest, but wake up feeling just as tired as when you went to sleep. It's a cycle that's hard to break. You're going through the motions, but the spark, the zest, it's dimmed. The things that used to excite you now feel like chores. Your passion and enthusiasm are overshadowed by this relentless fatigue. Simple tasks, the ones you used to breeze through, now feel like climbing a mountain. Even getting dressed or making breakfast can feel overwhelming. It's like you're wading through molasses, every step a struggle. And you know what? That's okay. It's important to acknowledge how you're feeling. You're not alone in this. Many people experience this kind of fatigue, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Recognizing it, that's the first step. Understanding that this isn't just about being tired, but about something deeper. It's about listening to your body and mind, and taking the necessary steps to address it. We're not machines, we're humans. We have limits, and it's crucial to respect them. Taking breaks, finding moments of joy, and allowing ourselves to rest are all part of maintaining our well-being. We need to recharge, refuel, just like anything else that runs on energy. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Whether it's a short nap, a walk in the park, or simply sitting quietly, these moments help us regain our strength. Don't beat yourself up for feeling this way. It's a signal from your body that something needs to change. Be kind to yourself, and give yourself the grace to rest and recover. It's your body, your mind, sending you a signal. Listen to it. Take the time to understand what you need and make those changes. Your well-being is worth it. Remember, it's okay to slow down and take care of yourself. Second telltale sign, that feeling of your brain being stuck in a fog. You're trying to focus, you really are, but the words swim on the page, thoughts scatter like startled birds. You start one task, then get distracted by another, and pretty soon, you're down a rabbit hole of half-finished projects and mounting to-do lists. Sound familiar? It's like your brain's saying, "Hold on, I need a timeout." And you know what? It probably does. When we're mentally and emotionally spent, our ability to concentrate takes a nosedive. It's not laziness, it's exhaustion. Your mind is overwhelmed, trying to process everything, and it just can't keep up. Give yourself a break, literally. Step away from the screen, put down the phone, and let your mind wander for a bit. Now let's talk about those everyday tasks, the ones that seem so simple, yet can feel so daunting when you're overwhelmed. The ones that used to be just a normal part of your day. Folding laundry, washing dishes, answering emails, suddenly they feel insurmountable. It's as if these tasks have grown in size and weight, becoming mountains instead of molehills. It's like each little thing is a brick, a heavy, unyielding brick, piling up on your shoulders, weighing you down. Each task adds to the burden, making it harder to move, to think, to breathe. The mental energy to tackle even the simplest chores just evaporates. You find yourself staring at a pile of dishes or a cluttered room, unable to muster the strength to begin. This, my friend, is a classic sign of burnout. When your mind and body are screaming for rest, but the world keeps demanding more. When your mental and emotional reserves are depleted, even the simplest tasks can feel like climbing a mountain. Everyday life feels like an uphill battle. Each step, each chore, each responsibility feels heavier than the last. Remember, you're not alone in this. Many people feel the same way, even if they don't show it. It's okay to reach out for support. We all have those days, those weeks, when even the smallest tasks feel overwhelming. It's a part of being human. When the weight of everything becomes too much, it's important to recognize it and take a step back. Give yourself the grace to acknowledge that it's okay to feel this way. Give yourself permission to let go of the pressure to be on all the time. Prioritize what truly matters and let the rest fall away. Sometimes, just taking a deep breath and focusing on one small thing can make a big difference. Delegate or postpone the rest. It's okay to ask for help or to leave some things undone. Your well-being is more important than a perfectly clean house or an empty inbox. Take care of yourself first, and the rest will follow. Here's a tough one, but we gotta talk about it. Emotional numbness. It's a state where you feel disconnected from your own emotions, almost as if you're living in a fog. That feeling of being detached, like you're watching your own life from a distance. It's as if you're a spectator rather than a participant in your own existence. The things you used to enjoy, the passions that lit you up, they just don't spark the same joy anymore. Activities that once brought you happiness now feel like chores, devoid of any real pleasure. It's like a piece of you is missing, gone numb. You might find it hard to connect with others, even those you care about deeply. This emotional detachment, it's a defense mechanism. Our minds create this barrier to shield us from overwhelming stress or trauma. When we're constantly bombarded with stress, our minds and bodies go into survival mode. This can lead to a state where we shut down emotionally, as a way to cope with the relentless pressure. And sometimes that means shutting down emotionally to protect ourselves. It's a way to avoid feeling pain, but it also means we miss out on the good emotions too. It's not healthy, but it's understandable. Emotional numbness can be a response to prolonged stress, trauma, or even depression. It's your mind's way of saying, it's had enough. If you're feeling this way, it's crucial to reach out for support. Isolation can make these feelings worse, so connecting with others is essential. Talk to a friend, a family member, a therapist. Sharing your feelings can help you start to process them and begin the journey back to emotional health. You don't have to go through this alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. Reaching out is the first step towards healing and reconnecting with your emotions. Additionally, consider practices like journaling or meditation. These can help you explore your feelings in a safe space and gradually bring you back to a state of emotional awareness. Physical activities like walking in nature or practicing yoga can also be beneficial. They help in grounding you and reconnecting you with your body and mind. Remember, emotional numbness is not a permanent state. With the right support and self-care, you can rediscover the joy and passion in your life. It's a journey, but one worth taking. So take that first step, reach out, and start the process of healing. You deserve to feel alive and connected once again. Last but not least, let's talk about those emotional roller coasters. 1 minute you're fine, the next you're on edge, irritable, ready to snap. Sound familiar? Yeah, mood swings are another common symptom of mental and emotional exhaustion. When we're running on empty, our emotions tend to be all over the map. It's like our emotional regulation system is on overdrive, but it's misfiring. Little things set us off. Patience wears thin, and we might find ourselves reacting in ways we normally wouldn't. Remember, this is the exhaustion talking. It's not an excuse for bad behavior, but it is an explanation. If you're experiencing frequent mood swings, it's a clear sign that you need to prioritize self-care and stress management. Look, recognizing these signs, it's tough, but it's also a sign of strength. It means you're paying attention. You're listening to what your mind and body are telling you. If you see yourself in these signs, know that you're not alone. And more importantly, know that there's a way back. It starts with taking care of yourself, prioritizing your well-being, and seeking support when you need it. Give yourself permission to rest, to recharge, to reconnect with the things that bring you joy. You deserve it. All right? All right? All right?